To me, the pilot episode of STARZ Spartacus will always remain a cranked up to 11 version of the film's 300. It just packs that weird punch that left me guessing what the show is really trying to be, what kind of storytelling it will end up embodying, and is it too much? But luckily, this is where comparison ends. Hey, I'm Robin, I love history, but I'm better at watching movies, so here we talk about historical film and TV. And that episode is nothing but a bold prelude to the season that quickly finds its own voice, and in my opinion remains the best attempt to take us inside a typical Roman Ludus, giving us two different perspectives on what it was like to be in gladiator business in ancient Rome. It was run by Lanistas, and one of them, Quintus Batiatus, by no means is the baddie of the season. He's just an opportunist who understands basic risk-to-reward ratio concept and acts on it whenever he can. It takes balls of steel to snatch a toy from someone of a higher power and make it sound at the same time like it's actually a good idea. We like him because he does save our hero, but it's clear as day, nothing personal there, strictly business. He's trying to hopefully stay afloat, make his beloved wife happy and his main rival salty. It's all about status. Because surprisingly enough, regardless of how much risk Lanistas took and how much entertainment they provided, they were not that highly regarded in ancient Roman society. Batiatus even refers to himself as being a simple Roman stuck with family legacy built on rock and sand. He's two-level Ludus. He's impressive though. It's like a mini fortress built on a mountainside overlooking all of Capua. But imagine being stuck there all your life, surrounded by piss, sweat and blood, and seeing the ones you envy only on days when they need something from you. So you can't blame the man for trying to pimp up his upper floor to feel better and not being too eager to hang out with his talent. And driven mostly by his ambition, he's quite often oblivious to what's happening down below him, and the quarrels only reach him when they get really out of hand.
I am a Lanista.
And that they do, because lower level of Ludus has life of its own. It's a very tight brotherhood with its own rules and hierarchy that basically worships their master for not only sheltering them from inevitable misery of the mines, but for giving them purpose and a shot at glory in the arena. True story, when I was a professional swimmer during summer camps, we slept 15-20 guys in one room and little was left to privacy. Also, healthy competition was encouraged, and the boys even formed alliances not to be sidelined and be protected from pranks. Well, multiply that by 100 and you get a gladiator side of Batiatus Ludus. Receiving the mark of brotherhood and becoming a true gladiator was a huge honor that not all new recruits were guaranteed to see. Any misstep can cost you as much as your life. There is body breaking, training, mocking, bullying, waging, fighting, rivalry, friendship, and a constant competition for a better spot in the arena. And of course, there is always I can hook you up sneaky guy that is close to the master. We even had one at our camp, standard structure. But here Usher is different though. He is a brilliantly written character that acts as a main antagonist of the show, while Legatus Glaber being direct one to Spartacus. The season does a great job to staying true to many noteworthy facts about gladiators, like who joined their ranks, their diet, good medical care, the fact that they sometimes served as bodyguards, their admiration by women, legends about properties of the slain gladiator blood are brought up. And of course their super athlete status. Where it does take a frivolous spin though is a mortality rate, because in reality it was on average around 10%, but here things are turned on their heads, making it the whole whooping 90. But I'm not complaining. Fun fact, for the orgy scenes, the professional New Zealand company that specializes in sexual gatherings was hired. They were told to do whatever they want on camera, and anything that will be too much for the network will be edited. I don't know if the editor was asked to come in for this one. All the juicy stuff aside, the season would not have had that much depth if not for Spartacus and Batiatus' relationship. Their connections runs deeper than they both want to admit. Yes, for Spartacus, gaining Batiatus' full attention and trust is the only ticket to ever see his wife again. But that tickle of fame and glory they experience together is very hard to brush off. For Batiatus, the talented and spirited Thracian becomes not only a trademark and a springboard for his ever-growing ambition, but also an inspiration and his best side for everyone to see. And as the season goes on, their polarized perception of Ludus and each other constantly change, but never truly existing in the same plane. And that's what makes Blood and Sand the story not only about survival, vengeance and betrayal, but also a close look at the Gladiator and his Lanista, the two sides of the spinning coin, each desperately trying to take an upper hand before the spin eventually ends.